People keep asking me to put her in my videos, but she just won't sit. She gets stressed out in here. Hiya. Okay. So this is a bit of a geekier video than I would usually make, but over the past couple of years I've picked up a variety of different tips and tried a lot of different equipment, and from this experience I've found certain tips and certain pieces of equipment which I feel are actually worthwhile and useful for making better videos. So I thought I would bundle all of the things I've learned up and make today's video 8 things I started doing to make better videos. If you want to pick up anything I speak about today, I'll be dropping links to all of it down below, with some discount links and affiliate links if you want to support the channel. So the Birdsong Technique, I heard about this idea in an Ali Abdaal video, and what this technique is if you spend the time to research and learn about the different chirps and warbles from different birds, you begin to appreciate and recognize the different songs from different birds. And what this does is almost kind of unlock a new level, a new understanding of experiencing birdsong. So instead of just walking through a forest or going about your day and hearing generic birdsong, what you begin to hear is specific songs from specific birds. And by the way, whoever named all of the birds, it needs to be on some kind of FBI watch list. This same idea of kind of changing your perspective so that you can unlock a new level of understanding also applies to content and art. When I started consuming content from a more creative perspective, whether that be YouTube videos or films or photographs, and started paying attention to what the creators I liked were doing with their video lighting or their story pacing or how they framed their photographs, I started to notice a lot of consistent elements in their processes which I wanted to implement in my own process. And from this, I was able to learn what I actually had to change about my videos to achieve the look that I enjoyed from other people and wanted to portray in my own. And this point brings me on to a piece of equipment that I recently picked up, which I noticed just so many of the creators that I watch and enjoy were using in their videos. In my videos, I try to achieve a bit of a relaxed vibe, and whilst a lot of that does just come from the way I present because I'm not shouting or doing cartwheels, there are certain products out there which you can implement in the process to achieve that kind of relaxed vibe that I'm going for. When I first started using the Birdsong technique and began concentrating on what my favorite YouTubers were doing to create their videos, I noticed that most of them were using a very specific piece of gear on their cameras, and that was the black Pro Mist filter from a brand called Tiffen. The way these filters work is that you screw them onto the front of your lens, and from there it automatically softens the skin, adds a glowy halation to light sources, and in general brings about a dreamy cinematic look, which is perfect for that relaxed feeling I want my videos to portray. Once you become aware of this filter's look, you'll start to notice it everywhere in TV, film, and other people's videos. A tripod is a pretty basic requirement when it comes to making videos, but there are so many options out there that I've found it's very easy to end up buying the wrong one. However, I think I've now found the perfect tripod, certainly for my use cases anyway. For the base, I use the 190 carbon fiber tripod from Manfrotto. Because it's built from carbon fiber, it's incredibly light, sturdy, and strong, just like myself. And with the flip locks on the legs, you can rapidly adjust the height of the tripod to suit your needs. It can also go very high, which is nice for when I'm filming a bacon video and want a helicopter view of my process. For the head, I use the light duty grip ball head, also from Manfrotto. The really useful thing about this head is that you don't need to unscrew and screw the ball joint to adjust the camera like you do with most tripods. Instead, you just squeeze the joystick, adjust your camera, then release the grip to lock in the position, which is just a massive time saver. So there you have it, the Goldilocks of tripods, in my opinion anyway. Being able to set up things very quickly when filming is hugely important to me, both from a not wanting to miss a shot perspective, but also just chronic impatience. I just want things to be easy and quick, and one of the things that has been invaluable in my setup on this front is a set of quick release plates. To use these, you just add a mount plate to the bottom of your camera and then add the quick release plates to your tripods, gimbals, sliders, etc. This is perfect for switching between pieces of equipment, but also just for simply pulling your camera out of your bag and clicking it onto your tripod. Not only does this mean that I never miss a shot from having to mess around with the process process of screwing and unscrewing my camera, but it also removes an element of frustration. In my experience, I think that just removing as many of these little frustrations as you can from your setup and filming process just makes the whole process more enjoyable, which I think in turn will help you make better videos. Making the renovation content that I do, I quite often have to do a little sort of pan shot of a room just to sort of show you the context of what we're working with. Doing these kind of pan shots handheld is something I just always sucked at, and you could see it when I was using a handheld method. The camera was all shaky and the footage ended up just looking really bad. To fix this, I started using a gimbal, and the gimbal I'm using is the Cinepeer Weebill 3E from Zhiyun. They actually sent me this one, but they haven't paid me to say anything good about it, but I'll still say some good things about it because I like it. The main big positive for me is that it just works. It works perfectly, so no complaints there. It's very small, it's very light, and as an additional bonus, it's very easy to switch to portrait mode with no additional adjustments or equipment or need to disassemble it if you want to film shorts, reels, or TikToks. Moving into audio, which is a hugely important part of making videos, one of the things that has really helped improve my videos is picking up a set of the Wireless GO mics from Rode. In my last house, the room I made videos in was pretty quiet and didn't have much outside noise coming in, so I could kind of get away with just using the on-camera microphone, but that's definitely not the case in this place. I have a little stream that's just like outside my window right here, and it runs 24/7 off the hill that overlooks our village. So it's very picturesque, but it's kind of annoying for making the videos because you can just hear it the whole time. In fact, if I stop speaking now, you can probably hear it a little bit. And if I use my on-camera microphone, you can just hear it really, really badly. Using the Wireless Go, my voice is much clearer, it cuts out so much more of that stream sound, and once I add a little bit of music, it's barely noticeable. These mics are also good because you can just like move around the room. I'll walk over here, and you can still hear me just fine. Sounds like I'm just where I was the whole time. So, there we go. So speaking of audio, moving into music, I did initially just use the YouTube audio library when I started out, and whilst it is okay, it's pretty limited, and that's why I eventually moved to Epidemic Sound. Beyond the fact that the music on Epidemic Sound is just better, in my opinion, one of the things that I really don't like about YouTube's audio library is that there's no easy way to find tracks that go together. I quite like making a video which has a kind of cohesive backdrop of music which all goes together, and there's just not an easy way to find other tracks that gel together on YouTube's audio library. But with Epidemic Sound, it is very easy because they have a button built in called Similar Tracks. So if you find one tune you like, you can just click that button and it'll show you a bunch of other tunes which are very similar, and then you can very easily create that cohesive soundtrack backdrop to your videos that I think makes a better video. One of the things that I've tried to get better with my videos is including context. In talking videos like this, where I'm just sitting in front of the camera, I've tried to kind of include a rule where if I speak about something, I need to show it. It's kind of like in maths class when you're growing up, the teacher always kind of drills it into you that you need to show your working for how you got your answer. So when making videos, instead of showing your working, show your context when you're speaking about something. It does end up making your videos a bit more engaging and interesting, so all round kind of worthwhile thing to do. So those are some of the most worthwhile steps, changes and products that I've added to my videos over the past couple of years. I hope that's been helpful for anyone else on a similar journey. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate you leaving a like and subscribing for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.